Having a fear of death is normal for anyone going through life. Personally, the fear started when I lost my pet cat when I was 7. Before my pet's death, I knew what death was, but seeing it happen to something that I held a deep connection with greatly disturbed me. I began to have worrying thoughts about my family dying, as well as others who I had grown attached to, and they occasionally would go away, but then come back randomly. The thought of my own death also came to mind occasionally, wondering what would happen next. Would I get to see my family again, and everyone I knew? Would there be a pitch black void of nothingness? The fact that it is impossible to know made me fear and resent death and made me wish that it didn't exist in the first place. This resentment and fear stayed until college, where I started to wonder what life would actually be like if death did not exist. What if people in other species didn't die? Sure, the first thought would be how much more crowded life would be, but what about how people lived and thought? Would people appreciate life more knowing that there is no end? Could we truly classify ourselves as living? Why does death exist in the first place? There is no definitive way to know, but the best I can do is provide some thoughts. Have you ever been given an assignment in school that had a certain day it was due, such as a week after being announced? Chances are that majority, including myself, had, and I always found my motivation to do the assignment rise as the due date got closer. Imagine if there never was a due date to begin with, and the person can choose to ignore it for as long as they lived. I, for one, would have trouble finding any motivation to begin the assignment, let alone finish it. Now imagine life as the assignment and death being the due date. If death was out of the picture, would we be as motivated in life than if death was present? I like to believe that would not be the case. The reason people become more motivated to do an assignment as the due date approaches is because it gives a sense of urgency and importance to the task at hand. This is the same relationship with life and death. Death gives an importance and urgency to life and helps motivate people to accomplish their goals with the time they are given. If death was no longer present, people would no longer see the importance in life, as well as not be as motivated to accomplish their goals. Would I even be making a video discussing this if I was to live forever? If I still was, it would be much more demanding finding motivation to do so. Death is also important, as it is a key determinant in whether something is living or non-living. Birds may be able to fly, fish may be able to breathe underwater, humans may be able to invent and discover, but what we all have in common is the ability to die. What would that mean if humans can no longer die? Can we still consider ourselves living, or are we no better than the inanimate objects around our room? In the end, death is a hard pill to swallow, and can be a very difficult idea to come to terms with and accept. However, I believe that when it comes to deciding whether death is a good or bad thing, it is not 100% good, nor 100% bad. I would say, though, that without death, life would lose a lot more meaning and be bleaker compared to life with it. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I know that death is a very sensitive topic to talk about, and understandably so, but I feel like it's something important to talk about in order to grow from it rather than to try and ignore it. Again, I just want to reiterate, if you disagree with anything I said, you are totally justified, and again, feel free to put your own thoughts in the comments below. I also want to just say thank you to all the positive feedback from the last video, and I'm just very ecstatic that you guys enjoyed it because I enjoyed making that video and I enjoyed making this one. With that being said, I hope you guys just take care, and I'll see you in our next discussion. See ya.